So I'm going to be very, very snappy with this. What you see here is called Afro-Palooza. Afro-Palooza. We shall have a definition much later on. But today we're here because we are launching an amazing concept, an amazing project that is going to celebrate Uganda at 60. It's been 60 years since Uganda was given its independence, and this October we are looking forward to making it the biggest celebration of all time. Now, I have to say that if you ask someone what makes you Ugandan, they come up with so many different ideologies and answers. Personally, I'll tell you it could be a Rolex that makes me a Ugandan, because anywhere that I go, I can make them something they can't make wherever they are. I find that really special. Some people will say it is their tribe, and many people will say it is music. One way that we're going to celebrate this is to go 360 to celebrating Afro-Palooza. So to the media that is here, thank you so much for coming in. And to the panelists, good morning, and thank you for joining us today. And Africa and MTN that will be coming through this particular October, and it will be a grand showcase. I'll leave the details to the team members who are here that will be giving us how much they will be involved in this. Now, obviously, when you walk in here, you can see this culinary experience that is at the front by Sheraton. You can see great creations from fashion, thanks to the one Josephine Nakafero as well, by the way, from House of Creations for giving us that experience. So all this and more will be showcased at Afro-Palooza. For us to get into detail, I wanted to go straight and start off with the people that I personally believe have showcased Uganda at its very best, and that is NBS. Good morning, how are you doing? Can please feel free and switch on the microphone?
Hi.
Great. Now we're celebrating Uganda at 60, and this has been brought to you with NBS, and you've decided to partake and be a part of this fully from the experience that Stanbic Bank has had with Uganda for all these years. And finally, we're here to celebrate at 60. How is Stanbic Bank involved in this? And also, just from the point of celebration of who we are as a culture, please give us a note of that.
Thank you, and good morning. So, our brand purpose as Stanbic is Uganda is our home, we drive her growth. So that just goes to show that we're vested in the interests of Ugandans, in the arts and culture, but also, as a brand, we've lived through the time. Our heritage goes back as far as, this year we make 116 years, which just goes to show you our true heritage, and as a senior corporate citizen, our contribution to society. So we're really excited to be part of the Uganda at 60 celebration. We actually can thank the partners here today, as well as the organizer, Talent Africa, for bringing Uganda's vision to life.
Nice, thank you very much. That is Sonia from Stanbic. And I wanted to find out from the extreme right over there, we have what we call enjoyments. That's the enjoyment sector. Yes, it's amazing to have you here, first of all, Mr. Adewule. But what is, Jepson has been known to be very involved in experientials and the experience around all the parties with Jemson. What are we looking at in this celebration as Jemson's partnership?
Hello, good morning, everyone. For us as Jameson and as the mother company Pernod Ricard, we take pride in our motto, which is basically creators of conviviality. This basically says that we want to be in the heart of every event that promotes togetherness, that promotes bond and connect. And looking at Afro-Palooza as the first of its kind of an event that promotes the independence of Uganda, the independence of Uganda and the celebration of 60 years of independence in Uganda, we take pride as a brand like Jameson to want to be there to support and promote the culture of the country, and in essence, celebration of 60 years of freedom.
Nice, there you go. And speaking about enjoyments, all the way this side to my other father's corner, Now Special is probably the most talked about beer in the world from Uganda. Not only just from my own statistics, but from, I think, proper statistics that are out there. So this is a huge celebration for Nile Special as well, as we celebrate Uganda at 60, being a part of Afropalooza. Why have you chosen this as the portal for this celebration?
Like you say, it's about celebrating the 60 years. Now, we as Neighbors have been around as a company. I won't quote the years like how Sonia quoted, but yes, we've been around. Now Special is made of Uganda. So there's no better time for it to come out and call on all Ugandans and whoever has a reason to celebrate to come for this festival. I won't truly mention everything that we are going to bring on board because people won't come then. But then you come for this festival and see what we are going to unveil. But we'd love to give back, would love to be a part, and would love, because we've seen how Uganda has taken strides ever since it received its independence. There's no better way to show that kind of togetherness than today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now Special will be a part of this very heavily. Now, in Uganda, as we grow as a country, one thing that stands out is the fact that it is 75% young people. In almost every household, there is an artist. Now, it could be just musician, it could be a DJ, it could be, a painter, it could be anything, but there's always going to be someone that is talented out there, and they want to be involved. I'm coming to you, Mr. Liazi. So, Ministry of Tourism, and of course, you are very heavily involved in this experience. We have a nightlife experience in Kampala. We have so much that we are packaging up for Afropalooza. Why is the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities part of this one here? Why have you chosen to support this?
Thank you so much, and good morning to you all. The tourism industry is really flourishing and growing thanks to the young population and the youthful experience that we have all over the country. But it's also a way to fill the strong gap of looking for employment. There are quite a number of opportunities that are created by the tourism industry in all sorts of ways, directly or indirectly. And when you talk about the entertainment industry, you're really spreading it out strongly to those who are direct artists. You're looking at the people who are serving the industry. You're looking at the event organizers themselves. The breweries definitely come in strong on that. We definitely communicate a lot, so MTN is big time there. Virtually speaking of the whole space of players, the banking industry in serving all this. So it is a spark. It is a spark for investment. It is a spark for business continuity. And we very much like to support that very experience.
Ugandan artists very heavily, a huge statement that was out there. We have over 60 Ugandan artists that are going to be a part of this. Not only that, but very many that are beyond even just doing music. Is MTN being a part of this in the same energy, in the same quest of supporting young acts and being a part of this, or is even a lot more that when it comes to Afropalooza, you're being a part of this? Thank you.
Good morning to all of you. Yeah, thank you for that question. I think, yes, MTN has always supported Ugandan music. This is a lot about music, but much more. Afropalooza is just not about music. Yes, it is about the center of attraction is music, but then there's food, there is culture, there is communication, there is people getting together. And you see, we are in the business of getting people together. So how could we stay away from such an event, which is going to become one of the key events every year, most likely, to get people together? And the big opportunity is that, in my mind, this is an event which is not just for Ugandans. Okay, while Ugandans will get the best out of it, but the world would also be watching. Okay, so I think it's a great way to congregate people and really bring out the essence of what Ugandan people are. Not only their music, but also what they wear, what they eat, what they do, and how fun-loving they are, how young they are. So to me, it's a brilliant, event which showcases what Uganda is all about. Okay, and for us as MTN being a telecom service provider, our core is also to be able to connect people Okay, and thus there was no other way but for us to participate in a big way in this event.
There you go. Afropalooza is going to be brought to you by MTN and Talent Africa, specifically Talent Africa. Mr. Ali Alibai, you have been in this business for a while, and you have crafted so many projects. Why Afropalooza? And why 2022? I know 2 years of lockdown was probably the right catapult to get this going, but why Afropalooza now? I mean, all these people that are supporting this, it seems like it's a huge deal. Is it something that you are looking at annually? Are we doing it just this year? Give us the details of why Afropalooza.
Thank you very much, Mackenzie. Why Afropalooza? That's a great question. Well, first of all, Independence has been a day when Talent Africa has always done major events. I don't know if you guys remember 2019. We had Major Lazer in the gardens here at the Sheraton. We've brought many different artists on Independence. So Independence has always been a day where we've wanted to do big celebrations. And this year being the 60, we wanted to make it even bigger. And we conceptualized Afropalooza, which will be the biggest celebration in Uganda's history, which will bring together thousands of Ugandans and tourists for an epic weekend of arts, culture, film, music, and entertainment. As mentioned, it's a 3-day festival from the 7th to the 9th of October. The 7th, we're having a mega pre-party and DJ festival, which will take place at the Villa. And then on the 8th and 9th, all roads will lead to Lugogo Cricket Oval to celebrate the 60 years in a 2-day mega Diamond Jubilee celebration. Basically, Afropalooza, the aim of it is to showcase Uganda as the leading nightlife destination in East Africa. We all know that here, that Uganda has the best parties, the best concerts, the best festivals, a thriving music scene, and we need to showcase this to the rest of the world. And this is what we want to do with Afropalooza. We want to be able to compete with other festivals like Afro Nation, Afrochella, One Africa Music Festival, Bushfire, Africa Burn, and so on, as a commercial music festival that happens here right in the heart of Uganda in Kampala City. So that's what it's all about. 3 days of music, arts, culture. It's going to feature more than 60 performing artists, DJs, bands, cultural troupes, fashion designers, and you name it, comedians. There's going to be a whole bunch of entertainment, and it's time to showcase Uganda to the world. We're also going to have the Pearl of Africa Marketplace, which is the biggest marketplace of Ugandan arts, crafts, fashion, jewelry, and so much more. We're going to have the Taste of Uganda food court, where we feature all types of Ugandan cuisines and host some of the top vendors and restaurants in the country. We're going to have a 3D projection mapping showcase, and of course, the greatest display of fireworks seen in the last 60 years. The event is also going to feature a couple of guest artists that come from abroad. We have Rema flying in from Nigeria, and he'll be performing on the 8th of October. And we'll also have Sauti Soul, who come and join as a special guest artist on the 9th. Together with all of the 60 acts that we've booked locally, everybody's going to be bringing their A game. This event is not about having headliners, it's about everyone who's on the festival being a headliner. You know, you're going to see some of your top artists perform, from artists from back in the day up to current artists now. We have Ragadi here in the building. I'm sure he's going to have to say a few words about, in a few minutes as well, about the entertainment program and about the support from the National Cultural Forum. But we're super excited, and yeah, let's go. Afropalooza, Independence Weekend. It's going to be crazy. Thank you.
There you go. Round of applause. Afropalooza is finally here. We're probably going to ask more details, but I guess we can have a press kit that we can release out with the ticket prices and all the details. But for now, I just wanted to make sure that whoever is out there and you have a question, get ready. I will need the second microphone to come over to me, please, to have...
Thank you so much. This is one of the greatest things that Uganda is going to have. 60 artists is not a simple thing. Because mainly when we have 60 artists, that means you have the whole entertainment scene. Not only music, when we talk about food, and there's a lot of food in Uganda. We have 65 tribes with 65 dishes. So if we have only 60, I mean, it's going to be a great thing. And then also incorporation of all artists. When you see all artists on the poster, it shows it's the whole thing in Uganda. So even if you have Nigerians and there's no way you're going to say, oh, this is one-sided. It's a concoction of everything. All the artists are there, from young to old. All the artists from 19 all along, I would say, artists that have been here since the 70s. So we have the Africa band and coming in. I mean, I can't name one by one, but I have to tell you that all the artists that you know that are good in Uganda are going to be part of this.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ragadi,
Yes.
For giving us time. Just one final word that maybe you would love to give in the sense of what us as Ugandans being a part of celebrating ourselves and being involved in these things, and how does a Muna Uganda like me get myself more involved in these things just like you have for all these years, please?
Just feeling so Ugandan is one of the most important things. Being independent for 60 years. Musically, I would say that long time ago, Congolese had to take over the scene.
Yeah.
But now we take over the scene as Ugandans. So 60 years to celebrate is a great thing.
Yeah.
And we are given a chance to showcase what we have.
Yeah.
The artists that have been here for long, some of them do not perform every day, but they're going to be seen on this show. And the young artists that are not given a chance to be shown on TV or concerts are also given a chance to be shown, to showcase what they have. So, I mean, it's one of the greatest things Uganda is going to have on this.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Always a blessing to have you. Sheraton, that has hosted us this morning. All right, just in a few seconds.
Brands in the country. I mean, we've been around for 54 years, so we have a lot of food to showcase and show you what we have to offer. I have a chef out there who's willing to, whichever questions you have, he's willing to answer and give you proper dynamics on what is going to happen. As far as our partnership with Talent Africa has gone, last year, or rather the last Independence where we were open, which was 2019, we had major laser like Mr. Adibai says, and we're ready to take on more. We are glad to be in this space with you, and we are ready to give you more than you expect. Thank you.
The lineup, the 3-day festival. Day 1 is a DJ festival. It's going to feature more than 10 of Uganda's leading DJs, and that's going to happen at the Villa on the 7th of October. On October 8th is going to be the Urban Afrobeats Explosion, which will happen at Lugogo Cricket Oval. That's going to feature a lot of our R&B, hip-hop, dance hall, and Afrobeat kind of artists, and the special guest artist on that day is going to be Rema. On the 9th of October, it's going to be a different kind of a lineup. It's going to be more cultural, more mass market. It's going to feature some of the top artists of all time, guys like Raga D, guys like Maddox Matimba, Spice Diana, Waiki Benda, Zex, and we'll have a special guest, Sauti Soul. So we have 3 days of uniquely curated entertainment. We hope that, the media guys, you'll be joining us on every day. And the way we've curated it is that we're going to have like daily passes. We're also going to have full weekend passes. So it's going to be like different options. You can choose the day you want to go, or you can go for all the days. There's going to be numerous options on that. In regards to the name Afropalooza. So the word palooza means festival in English. It's actually in the dictionary. It's a slang word that means festival or big gathering of people. If you're basically, you could have so Afro is obviously Afrobeat. Afrobeat is taking over the world. As we can see, African music and culture is transcending everywhere. And we want to continue to give a big Afrobeat festival here in Uganda that people can travel to from all over the world in future years. That's why we've gone with the name Afropalooza. So basically it's Afro Festival, but Palooza just sounds a little bit nicer than festival right now.
It does sound nice.
Okay, there's a lot of questions in one, but I'm going to try and answer them. In terms of the DJs, we're going to have a bunch, like, the whole festival is about having different types of artists and different types of DJs. And like Ragadi had mentioned earlier, we're going to have new artists, we're going to have cultural artists, we're going to have troops, we're going to have old school artists, new school artists, reggae artists, hip hop artists, dancehall artists, folk artists, right? Like, it's a mix. And how did we choose the names? We did some polls on social media. We asked people, who they would want to see performing at the 60 years event. So we got some public guidance. Obviously, we have We also work with many people in the industry to curate the lineup. And so far, we've only announced, I think, about half the lineup. The most exciting part is that we still are going to announce another 20 artists in 2 weeks. We already know who they are, but we want to keep the suspense coming, and we're going to make another announcement and another wave of artists coming soon. Much for those questions. The first question was about why have international artists on this show, and the reason is, first of all, the international artists are our guest artists. They're not headline artists. Everyone who performs on this festival is a headliner, and you'll see Ugandans headlining and probably closing the show at this festival. Why bring international artists? Another reason is that in the years to come, this is going to become an international music festival where people from all over the world will travel to Uganda for the festival. We want to promote Uganda in all these other countries like Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, and we want to bring people from those countries who will follow their artists and come here. Because when we bring these artists here, they become ambassadors for Uganda, and they go back to their places and tell millions of people about how great Uganda was, which will eventually boost tourism and help our economy here as well. Mackenzie, what was the second question? Okay, first, yeah, it is an 18+ event. We do have alcohol sponsors on board, and we have to keep it 18+. So sorry for the kids, but that's the way it's got to be.
All right. And is it for entering just the way you want, or do you pay something?
It's going to be a ticketed event. There's going to be different types of tickets. There's going to be day tickets and then full festival tickets. On average, a day ticket, if you buy it at the gate, will be 50,000, and there will be early bird specials in advance, which will be done through the MTN Momo platform. There'll also be VIP tickets, VVIP tables, and private tents, hospitality tents that can be booked as well. Yeah, thank you.
Great. All right.